Alright, hello gamers, Mukluk here. Today is Thursday, May 29th, and it has been brought to my attention that there is some Guild Wars 2 news that I need to redistribute. So I'm hitting the retweet button with my face. So, first off, there is a new blog post article that is out that is called Guild Wars 2 Quality of Life Improvements in Wild's Absolution. For anyone who missed the video before last, Absolution is the name of the content update that comes out this coming Tuesday. So this is all stuff that I presume is going to be added this coming Tuesday. Diving right into the article, Salutations Tyrians. My name is Gerard Letta, and I am a game designer here at ArenaNet. We're always listening to your feedback. Hold on, I just realized I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. We're always listening to your feedback, and we've been hard at work on some game updates that you've been asking for. Today, I'm here with the inside scoop on some quality of life updates that are coming in next week's Guild Wars 2 Wild's release, Absolution. These changes are designed to alleviate pain points, add convenience, and most importantly, free up precious inventory space. So, just got a portal of the commander talking to somebody. Traveling Light with the Wizard's Portal Tome. The Wizard's Portal Tome is a new item that will store many of the teleportation devices that you've earned in-game, condensing more than 30 items into a single inventory slot. This tome will work much like the Living World Season Portal Tomes, giving you a list of available destinations to choose from. So, for anyone who's unfamiliar with this, there are different zones in the game that after you have done some stuff there, you can get a teleporter scroll. So, for example, this one takes me to the Wizard's Tower. If I double-click this, I port to the Wizard's Tower in Secrets of the Obscure. This one takes me to Arborstone in the End of Dragons expansion. And by keeping these in my shared account slots at the top, any of my characters can use these. Very handy. However, as it said, there's 30 of them. Now, I myself never felt the need to get all of them, so I just got the ones that I use frequently, which are those, but there are some people that have the whole collection, and it does take up a lot of space. So, they are going to be combining those. When Absolution releases on June 3rd, you can visit the Astral Ward Medic Myrna, either in Blood Coast Ward in Lion's Arch, or in a new map, Bavanisos, to pick up a new side story achievement, Work Hard for Now. Completing that side story will reward you with the Wizard's Portal Tome, and the Teleportation Gizmos Collector Collection will track the teleportation devices that you've earned. Then, just bring the Wizard's Portal Tome wherever you go, and you can free up all that inventory space, which is amazing. Also, good for when you make new characters. If you are an alt-aholic, you can use the tome to teleport to areas that you want to play, but you don't want to do the story again. So, for example, if you want to get to, Soto, but you don't want to do the story that takes you to Soto and like the cutscenes and stuff like that, you could just use the tome to teleport there. And that's true for Drizzlewood Coast and Eye of the North and just so many others. So basically, like I said, there's 30 different zones. So this makes it a lot easier for all your other characters, and it frees up space as well. The next quality of life thing is gobble your way to more inventory space. Over the years, we've added many portable exchangers, commonly called gobblers, to the game that allow players to convert items and currency to more valuable materials. Over time, these gobblers have become so plentiful that they themselves clog up inventory space. The Wizard's Gobbler is our solution to this problem, allowing you access to multiple exchange items without having to fumble with them individually. So let's go over to my game again. Let's talk about gobblers. So this, for example, is Herta. You double click on this and it will eat 250 bloodstone dust and give you a glowing stone. Boop. Okay, done. So you can only do that once a day. The glowing stone, let's see, I think I might have already had a stack of them going because I don't crack them open every day. Okay, so here's some glowing stones. I double click on one and it gave me a yellow unID'd, a gray item, and an Aurelium idol. I double click the idol and I got 10 lumps of Aurelium. Now, these devices basically eat something that you don't want and give you random loot. One time, which was rather recently, I got Spark, which was like a 50 gold item from Herta. But that was after like 9,000 hours of gameplay. It's quite rare to get something that valuable. But if you don't need Imperial Fragments, I can feed them to this thing, and then it just spits out bags of loot. This one eats this one's Bloodstone Dust, this one's Dragonite Ore, this one could eat any combination of them, as well as Unbound Magic. The Portable Wizard's Tower one has access to just tons and tons of different trades that you can do in the game, and you can go through and do any of these that you want. So now that hopefully everyone's caught up, also, if you're interested in any of these, I'll have a link to a guide that I made ages ago on converters that is still relevant if you want to get any of these. Okay, so like the Wizard's Portal Tome, a collection will track over 20 portable exchanger and gobbler items as you unlock them and offer their functionality in a single item. Visiting Lion's Arch will retroactively update your progress if you have the item in your inventory, have completed the respective achievement, or have met other conditions. This will determine which options you can access when using the Wizard's Gobbler. All Guild Wars 2 players can access the Wizard's Gobbler by heading to Hooligan's Route in Lion's Arch and purchasing from the Char vendor Gar Leadclaw. Rift Essence converting to wallet currency. We've heard that your bag and bank slots are overflowing with Rift Essence, and we've got a solution coming next week. Okay, so Rift Essence. That is, of course, from Secrets of the Obscure primarily. There is the common, I say common. There's the blue quality ones, the green quality ones, and the yellow quality ones. These are used for many different things. One of the biggest things is the Obsidian Legendary Open World Armor. And you need dozens and dozens and dozens of stacks of this stuff. Sorry, I ate lunch right before recording this, and I'm I got like crumbs in my mouth or something. Okay, so they are going to be making that a wallet currency. Now, a wallet currency for the new players means this wallet icon down here in the bottom left of your inventory. You click that, and none of this stuff takes up space except on their servers. It doesn't take up space in your bags. So all of this is like weird, obscure currencies that no longer require bag space, and they are apparently going to be doing that with the Rift Essences, which is awesome. So, fine masterwork and rare Rift Essences can be converted into a wallet currency beginning June 3rd. You'll be able to convert the essence yourself by consuming it or by visiting Rift Researcher Adam at Moon Camp Covert in Lowland Shore or the Rift Hunter Lounge in the Wizard's Tower. He will be able to mass convert your essence into a wallet currency for free. Recipes, vendor costs, and rewards of Rift Essence will all be updated to reflect this change. So typically, you know, when they do something like this, because they've done it before, you can double click the item to, you know, send it to your wallet, but you know, you don't want to double click 10,000 times. So you go talk to this NPC that they're going to add to the game, and, you know, it'll have like a merchant screen, and you just say like buy wallet currency, and then just type in like, you know, 250 times, and it just does it all at once. So, yeah, that's awesome, and that'll save us a bit of space. Next up, easier acquisition of research notes. Ooh, okay, let's see what that says. We've also heard your feedback about the challenge of acquiring research notes. Okay, I want to just chime in right here. I don't think it's difficult, but it is tedious and boring. Like, you know, it's like, oh, I've got a research kit. I've got 5,000 cups of coffee. Combine. It's not that it's like, it's not tough. You know, we can all do it. It's just an annoying process. Okay, what do they say? After the next update, all crafting disciplines will have access to a new crafting recipe called peer-reviewed research. This item does not have a crafting rating requirement, so even novices can make it. When crafted, it grants 150 research notes. Okay, so that is awesome. As long as that takes some kind of material that's not too, like, I assume it's going to take some raw mats, right? Like mithril ore or elderwood planks or something. I'm down. I'm down for that. Now, of course, the way that gives you the most is going to be the people that are already at endgame. They have Ascended Armor or Legendary Armor. They run a Raid or Fractal, and then an extra piece of Ascended they don't need drops. Changing the stats on that to like Berserkers so that the game files it away as the same as a crafted piece of Berserker's Ascended Armor, and then research kitting it still is going to give you stacks and stacks of notes. I think that's still going to be the most effort for most reward method, but if you're not among those people, or if you're among those people but you just don't want to do that, then you've got this thing where you can just go to the research table and hit, you know, create all. So my excitement is tempered because I don't know what the recipe is. Like, what is it going to require to make these? But it sounds good. So hoping that it is going to be an easier method. Because the other method is, you know, if it's more of a pain, it should give more. But if this method is easier, then many people are going to do it just because it's simpler, you know? We'll see. And then, you know, person talking to the NPC. Faction provisioner purchase limits. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. So, throughout the game, there are these things called faction provisioners. I'm currently in the beginning of Heart of Thorns in Verdant Brink. This is right where you start out. And there's an NPC here, and you can talk to them, and I can trade a reclaimed metal plate for a provisioner token. And that's it. I can only do that once per day. Now, way back in the day, when I was working on my legendary armor for the first time, I basically made a small mental list of people that give tokens, and they're not asking for that big of a thing. And I would just kind of make a circle around them and get all of these tokens each day. Excuse me. And that would be how I built up a collection. I was getting like 5 or so a day, and then eventually I had enough for my legendary armor. So they're going to be alleviating some of the restrictions on that, apparently. We'll be adjusting the purchase limits of provisioner tokens from faction provisioners in Central Tyria and Heart of Maguma from 1 purchase a day per tab to 7 purchases a week per tab. You'll be able to buy the same number of items, but in 1 trip instead of 7. Okay, that's not bad. It's just a couple of tips for anyone who is doing faction provisioner stuff. This may not be the best way. It has been a bit of time since I did it myself, but I'm going to tell you some stuff that I used, and if you've got better ideas, please feel free to put them in the comment section. So the reclaimed metal plate that I just traded here in Maguma. Over here in Auric Basin, the top left corner, there's a person there that you can trade with that I would usually get one there. Over in Lion's Arch, which is technically Central Tyria, there by this waypoint, there's a Scrit, I believe, that will take an Ecto. That one was pretty easy. And then in Black Citadel, by this waypoint, there's a guy that will take, I believe, an Obsidian Chunk. Those were ones I used to just visit once a day and get that stuff. Now, outside of that, there's also in Secrets of the Obscure, there's faction provisioners that over here that take much more common things like Elderwood and Mithril Ore. So you can use those as well if you are trying to get Prov tokens for whatever project you're working on. Okay. Commander's Choice Chest Improvements. During your adventures, you might have accumulated a surplus of Hero's Choice chests, and when you finally decide which item to select from them, you are faced with a difficult choice. You could open them one at a time through a time-consuming series of clicks, or you could use a bulk exchange vendor, but lose out on some of the valuable loot inside. Okay, so real quick, let's say you just did the Octovine meta event. You get a Hero's Choice chest. You double-click on the chest, the window pops up, you click on the thing you want, maybe an amalgamated gemstone, you click OK. That's at least 4 clicks. Okay, so if you do Octovine once a day and you haven't opened the chest in a week, you've got 7 of these things. That's 28 clicks to open them all. It's tedious. It is. And then there is a merchant thing. I think it might be the Wizard's Tower exchange. Let me see if I can find it here. Heart of Maguma. Yeah, so right here. So like here I can trade in Hero's Choice Chest for an amalgamated gemstone, but I'm not getting the yellow unID'd items or any of the other stuff that comes with it. So you're getting less loot, but for less clicks, So that is the situation it is talking about right now. Okay. With the release of Absolution, you can trade Hero's Choice chests and Karma to the respective exchange vendors in Dragonstand Eye of the North, Arborstone, the Wizard's Tower, requires Wayfinder Mastery, or Lowland Shore. You'll then receive the guaranteed item in addition to a new Commander's Choice chest, which allows bulk selection of your choice of items. This functions like the Janthiri Renowned chests and Mistburned Renowned chests. There's one thing I don't like about this, and it's this. You trade Hero's Choice chests and Karma. Why do I need to trade Karma to open these in bulk and not lose half the loot? So this is the first thing in these patch notes I am not excited about because of just these 2 words right here. Depending on the cost of this, you might not want to do this. I don't know how much karma it's going to be. If it's 5, okay, that's not a big deal. But if it's like 50 or 100 per box, that's going to add up real fast. So definitely keep whatever this turns out to be, keep an eye on it. And if you're going there with a stack, eyeball this before you make your decision. I think this should be a determining factor on whether or not you use this feature. If it's really cheap price, then this could be awesome, but we will see. This is Homestead stuff, which is our next section. Okay. Homestead decoration limit increase. This, I think everybody either falls under the category of do not care or, oh my god, yes. So, like, everyone I know is one of the two. I'm one of the, I don't really decorate my homestead. I put the stuff in there that makes money. I'm a function over form type of guy. So, you know, this doesn't affect me. But then there's other people that are in my chat right now that are, oh my god, yes. So it's one of those. So homestead decoration limit increase. Finally, players will be able to double the decoration cap in their homestead from 1,000 to 2,000 after Absolution is live next week. Deft Lahar will sell decoration limit increase services to raise the cap by 500, and players can train the Grandmaster Handiwork Crafting tier for another 500. Deft Lahar will also have new home instance nodes in his inventory. I'm excited about that, allowing players to purchase new gathering nodes for their homesteads or home instances. Those nodes are probably related to Mistburn Barrens and Bavanisos, the new zone that's coming out. Absolution is just around the corner, and we can't wait for you to experience these new quality of life updates. See you in Tyria. And what I'm to the point of what more bag space do you need to ever clean up your room? Yeah, my bags. Anytime someone tells me my bags are dirty, I just scroll down. I'm just like, look, it's fine. Shut up. Okay, so some really cool stuff in here, right? One little thing I nitpicked on, but overall, this is awesome. A lot of people excited about this. I like more home instance nodes that give me money each day. Faction provision or purchase limits. This means if you're working on like legendary armor and you're getting those tokens each day, you could just pick them all up every Saturday. You don't have to go there 7 days a week. You know, your busy days, you don't have to worry about this. Easier acquisition of research nodes. A good thing. Rift Essence converting to wallet currency. It's going to save us bag space. Gobblers getting all merged. Wizard's Portal tomes getting merged. That's going to save us so much bag space. Like this is a lot of cool stuff. And hopefully, if you are new to the game and you've never heard of the Portal Scrolls or you've never heard of the Gobblers, the converters, hopefully now you might be like, oh shoot, that sounds nice. I'm gonna get that. And like I said, I'll have a link to a converter guide down below. And the scrolls are basically just like the first time you do a zone in various expansion and living world content. Often there's a merchant there that sells the portal scroll, and then you can buy that and add that to your tome if you wish to do so. Like, I've never cared about collecting them other than the couple that I showed you. If we're gonna get a whole tome that's gonna carry all of them, yeah, I'll probably go around and buy all of them after that for my other characters. I don't play alts that often, but sometimes. So yeah, that'll be pretty neat. Okay, one other thing adding into this, Guild Wars 2 Twitch drops. They announced the other day that they were going to bring back Twitch drops for the upcoming release. But that's all they said. They said Twitch drops are coming back. Moving on. And then they didn't really talk about the details. So, Guild Wars 2 Twitch drops. TLDR, if you're new, basically, different streamers, myself included, Lorenity, Mighty Teapot, Iron Maiden, stuff like that, you can watch their stream, and then while your computer's watching their stream, which supports them because they're getting another viewer, you basically have like an XP bar that's filling up. And when it fills up, you get loot in your game. So basically, you connect your Twitch account and your Guild Wars 2 account, and when the Twitch account tells the Guild Wars 2 account they've watched X amount of time, Guild Wars 2 mails you prizes in the mail. And you don't have to be at the computer. You can have it turned down to 1% volume and just be AFK, whatever. Or you can be there. You could be participating and hanging out and talking and answering questions or asking questions. It's a community type thing. So Guild Wars 2 Twitch drops, they have announced what they're going to be. Those are the ones for Repentance. These are apparently the new ones. Now, last time, they're like, oh, here's the drops for Repentance. And I made a news video. And then an hour later, they're like, oh, our bad. Those aren't actually the drops. And they changed it. So I was like, great. I love the information I distribute being out of date after 1 hour. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. All right. So Absolution, these are your drops. If you have a stream open for 1 hour, you get a tradesman's package, which appears to have a portable bank access, maybe a portable bank access and portable access to, what is that? The Black Lion Trading Company. So I think these are portable access things. These are all pretty minor because they're limited time. They're consumables. 2 hours, though, you get a toy that's called the Bloodstone Ascender. The Bloodstone Ascender, I got a picture. This is from the wiki. This is a default level 1 character that's using it, and basically it replaces your running animation with this float like your Darth Vader thing, and you just move around. It's a movement toy. So you can use this outside of World v World and competitive game modes and just look like you're hovering instead of walking or running, and you got bloodstone swirling around you. So that's what that toy does. Can you use it in combat, though? I don't have it, so I'm not sure. My honest answer is I doubt it, but I don't know 100% certainty. Maybe someone in chat can answer that. 4 hours is a mini bloodstone rock. This is a pet. It's a pet rock. It's got googly eyes, but this one looks angry and has spikes on it, and it bounces along behind you, so it's labeled as a pet. And 6 hours is the Bloodstone Glider, which, is that something I can show in game? Hold on, I will try. Let me see. Okay, Bloodstone Glider, there we go. All right, so that's it right there. Got those awesome metal wings and red shards. Is it a backpack as well? It doesn't say and backpack. Let me see, wardrobe. Oh, come on. There we go, okay. Bloodstone. Nothing's come out. I'm not sure if there's a backpack version, but I showed the glider version. Okay, so those things are coming out. Pretty cool. A toy that you could play with and look like a supervillain, pet, and a glider for collectors. And then some consumable stuff that might make early game life easier, but this part probably wouldn't affect the late gamers. So those are the drops that are coming to the game. If you're interested in getting these, they go from June 3rd, which is Tuesday, at 9 a.m. Pacific time, that's noon Eastern time if you're in my time zone, to June 8th, that is Sunday. So it goes from Tuesday to Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So end of Sunday. So Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time to end of day Sunday. You'll be able to earn an in-game reward for Guild Wars 2 by watching any Twitch channel broadcasting Guild Wars 2. And then there's a list of the rewards. Now, something I'll add. This should not be knowledge you have to know, but I'm going to tell it to you just in case, because I am so generous. Last time, they had an error with it. It was a total mistake, but what they did was, I don't know if it was on Twitch's end or if it was on ArenaNet's end, but someone made a mistake, and like near the end, they stopped the drops too early. And a lot of people, because they had waited till the last minute, were like, maybe they were like 4 hours into the drop or 5 hours, but they weren't at the 6 hour mark. And they weren't at the end, and the end was a bag slot. And people wanted this bag slot, right? That was the last time. And so they were like, oh, shoot, our bad, and they restarted it. So people that just had gone to sleep and left their thing open, it got stopped and then restarted, and then it ended properly. So some people managed to, who finished it early, got 2 bag slots. They got one, it restarted, they got another. There were other people that didn't finish it because it got interrupted, and then because they were asleep, they didn't open another stream, and then they didn't finish it a second time. So a lot of people were not too happy about that. The 4 a.m. bug start, yeah, dude, it was crazy. Because I usually stream till midnight, and because of so many people were coming in at the last minute to get that second bag slot because of the glitch, we ended up streaming until 4 a.m. just because it was good business that day, because I was the source of many, many sleeping people farming bags. Now, obviously, that shouldn't happen. However, it is my recommendation to any of you that want to get any of these fun toys, earlier is better than waiting till the last minute, because you never know what could happen. So even if it's on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night, I stream till midnight, Iron Maiden streams till 4 a.m. usually. If you just leave any Guild Wars 2 content creator stream open and then just turn your volume to 1% and then go to bed, you get it done. And then you don't have to stress about it, at the last minute if these are items you want. But that's it. I just wanted to retell that story, so hopefully no one ends up feeling like they get ripped off at the last minute if a technical issue happens again. I hope it doesn't, but that issue has happened, I think, twice in the past, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. But yeah, that is everything I know about the Guild Wars 2 news today. Cool quality of life stuff coming. A lot of it I'm looking forward to. The drops coming. I myself, of course, along with many other creators, will be streaming all day Tuesday, as well as more Guild Wars 2 throughout the next week. While it is doing the new content, I'm going to be playing the new story. I'm going to be learning how to make the new legendary backpack and then making a guide on that, because I like to do that, stuff like that. So if you want to come join us, I'll be here. If you want to watch somebody else, that's cool too. I'll forgive you. So if you got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, or any additional information, put it in the comment section down below, and I will fight you there.